Hi guys, welcome back to All Things Wholesome. This is a channel where we discuss all things that teaches about money skills. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing 10 financial lessons I learned from my mom. The reason why I'm doing this video is because I want to show you that the seeds that you plant on your kids today will have an effect on their adulthood life. So whatever you teach your children today, they will definitely remember it. But most importantly, what they will remember is what you did. So what you do is the most important thing. We as children or children copy things that our parents do. We don't really listen to what you say sometimes. But although whenever you are old, you do remember those words where your mom was maybe shouting at you, or maybe she was correcting you. You do remember those, but most importantly, it's the things that you do as a parent. So I'm just sharing this so that maybe you can share it with your kids as well, with an intention to teach them about money, especially when they are still young. Teach them these lessons, and I think and I believe that they are going to be great adults who are responsible. I owe whoever I am today to my mom, because she was like the person who's always there for me, the person who's always teaching me things. She's always the person who's correcting me. As you know, when you're a child, you're not always right. So, yeah. These are the lessons that I'm going to be sharing with you today. It's 10 financial lessons, and hopefully, they are going to make a difference or an impact in your lives. The number one lesson that I still remember even today, that I still live by even today, is to never ask people for money. Like, she said that, she's like, do not ask people for money, especially when I was still young, and she was like, do not ask adults for money. A child who asks, okay, I think I'm going to say this in Zulu, because like in English, I don't know how to say it, but she said, ingane ethanda imali, ethanda ukucelana imali ayifuneki, ayithandeki, you know. So I'm going to try to translate that, obviously, but yeah, never ask people for money. That's the lesson I still carry even today. As I was a child, I was afraid of not being liked, so I didn't ask people for money. Even today, I find it hard to ask for money for whatever reason, unless if I really need it. If I ask you for something, if I ask you for money or for something, you should know that I really need that thing. But my mom just taught me that to never ask for money from people, because it doesn't make you look good. And I still live by that even today, and I think that's a great lesson. So number two is something that she used to do, and all that she made me do when I was still in high school or primary, so which is to carry lunchbox. So I'd carry lunchbox, and even if she gave me money, it was not that much. She would give me maybe like 1 rand or 2 rands at most, and that is what I had. So obviously I'd be forced to make lunchbox for myself, because she didn't give me that much. She was just strict about money. Like, she didn't give me money, and she just told me not to ask people for money. So yeah, those lessons were just, yeah, I mean, now they're helping me, because I carry lunchbox even this day. I do buy food sometimes here and there whenever I'm craving something, but most of the time I carry lunchbox, and it's just cheaper and it saves me more money. Imagine if I were to eat out every day. I mean, like, yeah, it's going to be so expensive. But if then you buy bread, cheese, polony or something, you make your lunchbox, it's very cheap. The time I was in high school, I would cook and then dish for her, and then she would have that lunchbox whenever she was at work. And yeah, the only time that she didn't have lunchbox on her with her, it was when it was payday. She was buying something for herself, and then yeah, that's the only day. Following day, back to the lunchbox. So yeah, that's also where I learned to delay gratification. Always have your lunchbox, and then payday, you know that you're paying yourself, also you're just making yourself happy as well, and then go back to the routine. So number three is, she encouraged us to learn, like education. She's a number one fan of education. So yeah, Me and my siblings, we are all educated. She paid for those fees herself with her salary because she wanted to give us a head start. Not that when we are done, like with our tertiary studies, then now we have student loans. Me and my siblings, we don't have any student loans because my mom made it her duty to pay for our fees. So that we are so appreciative of that, because she would tell us that I don't want you guys to have debt whenever. I want you guys, when you start working, to look at your lives and focus on your lives, and not be paying loans that, you know, yeah. So she would encourage us to study, and yeah, she's a big fan of education. She believes that education can just transform your life. So education, I also believe that is important for one's life, and I still do believe that if you are educated, you have a chance of going after opportunities when they present themselves. So yeah, education, she encouraged education, and she backed it up with paying for our tuitions for varsity. So yeah, we are forever grateful for her for that. And yeah, it's not every parent who can do that, but yeah, she did a lot of things with a low income. Honestly, I don't know how she did it, but she did a lot. Number 4 is to take calculated risks. So my mom is big on taking risks. Like, she encouraged us to take risks, but obviously do not take risks on something that you didn't do your research on. Do your research and then live your life to the fullest. Do not have fear that this might happen or that might happen. Just think about, if it does go all right, then I'll be set. So she told me a story that whenever she bought that stand, so our home where we stay, that stand was for sale, and everyone kept on saying, no, that's a scam, and she just went for it. She just talked to the guy, paid the guy, and after that she talked to the lawyers and she paid the lawyers. They advised her on what to do, and boom, she had the title deed. Now the stand was hers. So if ever she listened to people that, no, that's a scam, don't buy it and all that, we wouldn't have a home where we stay. And even if we were going to have a home, but not in that location, and I mean, that's a good location. The yard is big, the location is good, so we wouldn't have that. We would maybe be staying in somewhere else. Yeah, but she took a risk and it paid off, and now she didn't regret it. And she also encourages us to take risks. Do not listen to the noise around you. Do not listen to people whenever they say whatever they say. Just do your research and go for it. If it's a mistake, then you've learned something. If it's not a mistake, then you have something for the rest of your life. And she has now that place. It's our home. It's our home. She doesn't owe anything and all that. She bought the stand and she built a home, built a small Anyana house. When she had money, she built a big house, and now we are just happy, you know. Yeah, so take risks, but take calculated risks to have multiple streams of income. Well, she didn't teach me this, but whenever she talks about her past and she's like, no, I used to sell 1 2 3, I was working for these white people, and then later on I would sell 1 2 3. Then that's when I saw, what's okay, you'll never survive with only one income. Even my mom, in their times, she had a job, but also she was willing to sell other things so that the extra money, and that's where she saved for the money for the house, for the stand. The money that she was getting from selling things, she would save it. The money that she was getting from her salary was for the bills and everything. So my mom is smart. I can say my mom, she's very smart. So yeah, always have multiple streams of income. That's one thing I'm working on. Also, it's not easy. I tried, I failed, but now I'm looking into something else. So yeah, never depend on one income. Always try your best to juggle around multiple streams of income.
Number 6 is to respect your money.
Respecting your money means that you understand its value and you use it wisely to achieve your financial goals. So it involves also taking care of your money, paying your bills in time, making sure that whenever you save for something, you don't use that money for something else. You know, if ever you say you're going to save for a laptop, save for that laptop and buy that laptop. Or if ever you are paying, if ever you budgeted that you are paying bills with this money, do that. Do not do other things. Don't be that person who's like, you've budgeted the money for certain things and then a trip comes up. Now you are just being like, let me just take this money for a laptop and let me go out with my friends. That shows that you don't respect that money, and the money won't respect you as well, and it's going to run away from you, unfortunately. But if you respect your money and you do whatever you say you are going to do, you're going to see progress with your life, and also you're going to have more money. If you value money, it also values you, because the feeling is mutual. Lesson number 7 is to save with intention. Mom taught me to save money from January to December, and then in December you do whatever you want with that money. Like maybe if ever you have a project that you want to finish, then you can use that money to finish off that project. So like she taught me that, okay, maybe you can save 2,000 each month. At the end of December you have 12,000. If maybe you want to build a small nyana room for yourself, or if ever maybe you want to buy yourself a bed or something that will just make you feel good, you do that. So as you've seen that I'm doing these saving challenges, and then at the end I do something that I want with that money. It's the lesson from my mom. She would also save her money, and then in December should enjoy that money with her family, with us. And yeah, that's what she taught me, is to save with an intention. Number 8 is to plan for your money. Every month when you get paid, when you get your salary, sit down with your salary and plan what you are going to do for that month with that money. Like for instance, you have your expenses, you have your needs, you have your wants. Make sure that you start with things that you need before you entertain your wants. Things that you need is grocery. You need to make sure that the rent is paid. You need to pay your installments, your debit orders and all that, before you can then go out on trips and all that, and going out to eat, or going to party, whatever. But make sure that the important things are taken care of. So that's what she did. Whenever she got paid, should sit down, write her budget, even though I never seen her write a budget, but I know that every month we had food, the bills were paid. She was never panicking about those things because they were already taken care of. So it's not something that she told me, but it's something that I've seen. I've never seen her panic that, oh my gosh, I used the money for grocery for something else, or I misused the money. She never had those panics. She never had that. Always we were just fine. We always had everything that we needed, yeah. So plan for your money. Number 9 is to teach or talk to your kids about money. Mom would talk to us about money. She would give us lessons, even though she didn't give us lessons like practically. So whatever she did, it was giving us lessons. It's just that she didn't know it, and also us, we didn't know it. But now we can see the impact in our lives, because she was just open with money. She would tell us, okay, now that we are older, she tells us what she plans with the money. She has this much and she plans to do 1, 2, 3. That also helps us to have inputs in whatever she wants to do, and also maybe if we want to help, also help. We never walk in the house and then things are being done and we don't know anything about that. She tells us, so it's okay, I'm planning to do 1, 2, 3, so next month I'm starting, things like that. Money is never a taboo subject in our home. We talk about money. I always feel comfortable talking about money. That's why I have this channel, obviously. But money is just a topic that is normal, like any other topic in our household, because we are open about it. I tell my mom how much I earn. She tells me how much she earns and what she plans to do with the money. And I also tell her what I plan to do with my money, and she doesn't try to control whatever I do with my money. She just leaves me. She understands that I'm an adult, and whatever I give her or whatever I help her with, she's just appreciative. She doesn't ask for much. She doesn't ask for anything actually, but whenever we do something for her, she's very appreciative. And yeah, talk to your children about money. They shouldn't be like uptight whenever someone brings up the topic of money. They should just be free, because that's where we learn, like that's where we share information.
Number 10 is to always have money for rainy days.
So she's the one who taught me to always have money that is just there for anything that might happen, anything that might go wrong. So an emergency fund, even though she didn't say you must have an emergency fund, she was like, you must always have money that is there, that you don't use, and that whenever something happens, you can just tap into that money and fix your problem and be stress free. Because if you have an emergency fund, you don't have stress. You know that if something happens, I know I have money for that. You don't live in fear. Bonus lessons that I learned from my mom, and these might not be financial related, but I feel like it's something that you need to share with your children. Like, it's important lessons as well, and it builds their confidence and all that. So the bonus lesson number 1 is give your honest opinions to your kids. My mom is so brutally honest. It's not funny sometimes. It's serious. Like, she's just honest. We know that mom is going to tell you her honest opinion. She's not gonna play with you and just try to protect your feelings. No, she's gonna say, if ever you have a style on and it's not nice on you, she's gonna tell you, oh, that style is not nice. you know your head looks like what. My mom is so brutally honest, and but it builds you. That's what I'm trying to say. Be honest with your kids. It is going to break them, but one day they'll see the importance of being honest with them. I remember this one time, I moved from my previous place, and I was in this place, and I was complaining every day. So me and my mom talk almost every day. So I would like pick up the phone and complain about something. Oh, this place this place that. Yo. And then my mom one day was just, I'm sure she had it. She was like, no, this child is just, no. And she's like, no, you complain too much, sometimes you just have to take on life and just, like, take life as it comes. Stop complaining. Like, that was, I don't want to lie, it was so painful. And I was like, Mara, this woman, how does she expect me to just be and not complain? And I'm complaining to her most. Who must I complain to? Because she's my mom. But yeah, that taught me. From that day on, I never complained. She would call and be like, how's the place? And then I would have a lot of things to talk about, but I'd be like, no, it's fine, I'm fine. And I even told her that, I told me that I complained too much, so everything is fine. And then, yeah, the lesson was learned. Never complain. Even if you find yourself complaining, just stop and just take life as it comes. Teach your children that life, you're never going to have a life free of challenges. So take life as it comes, and also to let your children make their own mistakes. My mom, when I started working, she stopped doing anything for me. Like, I was paying rent, I was buying food for myself, I was doing everything for myself. And even when I did my postgraduate, she was like, you're on your own, girl. Now you're working. So yeah, like, she just left me to do my own thing. And I feel like that is important, to just leave your kids to make their own mistakes, and then they'll learn from them. And yeah, they might break. Be there to coach them in a way. Yeah, coach them, be there for them, but do not try to control their lives and try to tell them what to do. Just leave them to explore life and make their own mistakes and fall and get back up. But just be supportive, just be there. If ever your child wants to do something, be there for them. But yeah, encourage the child to always have more knowledge about what they want to do, research and all that. Always be supportive, but do not take control of your child's life. And also, okay, another last lesson is that my mom doesn't want to be financially independent on anyone, and that's where I get it from. I also do not want to to bother people with money or doing something for me. I just do it myself. She does everything for herself. She never asks for our help. We help because we want to, you know, and that's a privilege. You know, that's a blessing. It's a blessing. We always tell her that it is a blessing what you did for us, paying our fees, and not asking anything for anything in return for doing those things. You know, yeah, my mom's such a great parent. I'll choose her over and over and over and over to be my mom in this life, you know. Yeah. So this video is just dedicated to her because I love her so much, and I feel that I needed to do this video. I thought about this video yesterday and I was like, I'm going to do it. You know, I didn't hesitate. So this was yesterday's idea. I'm doing it. And yeah, it feels good to just talk about the things that you've learned from your mom. And yeah, I'm this woman today because of what she sacrificed, of what she taught me, of yeah, we're not perfect. I was a child that made mistakes. She's a parent also, she also has her mistakes, but the love and the support and the sacrifices that she made, like, it's incredible, and I'd like to thank her for that. And this video is dedicated to you, mom. I love you so much. You know, I love you. I wouldn't be where I am today without your teachings, without your guidance, without your support, without your love. I love you so much. And yeah, guys, teach your kids, because one day they will thank you. They will see the value of your lessons. That's it for today's video. I hope these lessons are going to help you as a parent to teach your kids, and also for someone who's young, these lessons are just powerful lessons. They might be small or insignificant right now if maybe you're listening, but they're so powerful. And yeah, thank you for allowing me in your space and lending me your ear. I forgot. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Comment down below if there's any lessons that you learned from your parents, financial lessons, or even life lessons if you want to share. Thank you so much for allowing me in your space and lending me your ear. Always remember that I love you. Have a lovely, productive day. See you on my next video. Bye.